Tell how are you going? Let me know if you can hear me and see me and all that kind of stuff. I've got an interesting setup, so you know, it's par for the course, really, isn't it? That's just how it goes. So hi, how's it going? Isn't that weird? I actually go live when people leave, so that's okay, fine. That's weird. All right, so today is the 15th and I've got lots of stuff happening behind the scenes that I can't tell you about because it's secret squirrel things. And yeah, so there's heaps of stuff going on. Hi Crochet Clock, hi Brochet. I've just been notified that I'm live, so that's cool. That means the notification went out, so that's nifty. Today's prizes, I'm not sure if any of you saw on Instagram, but we have some prizes today, and they are this gorgeous, gorgeous, can you see how pretty, you can't see how pretty that is. Instagram, there's a photo. It's some beautiful pinwheel. It's 109 meters for 31 grams. It's enough for a shawl, honestly, because it's like 680, so maybe 700 meters of beautiful samey merino lace weight. Who doesn't like silky merino lace weight? Don't put it in there that you don't. Tametha, I was thinking of you when I was picking my prizes today, and I was going through my stash of Cheviot and Sparkle fibers. There's no blue left, I'm sorry, or purple. There is only variations on this sort of lovely, maybe not as eye melting as my image is making it look, pink and orange. There's some over here, I've got more pinks and oranges and some redder ones, and if you want me to drag them closer, you guys let me know and I'll run over and, well, I'll roll back and grab them. So my craft for today's chat, I didn't bring anything from home today, so I had to sort of like, what have I got here? And so here I have some support spindling that I've been working on. I was trialing hand dyeing fiber. I love hand dyeing yarn, but I find hand dyeing fiber very stressful, whereas I find hand dyeing yarn very enjoyable. So I actually hand dyed some, it is 50% cashmere, 50% Mongolian silk. So I don't actually sell it dyed. I sell it undyed like this, and it's like holding a cloud. Just literally, if you could get up into the sky and hold a cloud, this is how it'd feel. It's called Eclipse. I sell it on my web store if you're interested. You can go and have a look, but it's just divine. So, but that's just what I'm working on today. So I will be support spindling. So let's hope that noise doesn't drive you guys crazy in the chat. I love that orange. Hey Marie, I still need your address to post you a prize that's sitting on my bench. But yeah, this is gorgeous, isn't it? And it's Cheviot and Sparkles. It's not, it's a strong wool. It comes out really nice when you spin it up. It can totally felt. It looks gorgeous. It's bright, it's colorful. I tend to spin one ply that and one ply something a bit softer. Because that stuff is like totally Abbey colors. So Lane says the Eclipse is the softest thing ever. Oh, you would have gotten some in a sample box, Lane. So yeah, so that's what I tend to do with it. I tend to spin one ply of that and then tone it back a little with just something else. So, and because you guys are watching, I'm totally going to make a dog's breakfast of this today. So thank you to all of you that watched my live video on Tuesday. I know it was a little out of the realm. The baby yak was like butter, Gamer Widow says. Oh, Lane won some. Sorry, Lane, yes. I try to keep track of everything, but, you know, I do have problems with remembering things sometimes. So I tend to write stuff down and go through notes and things like that and trying to find it that way. So how's your week been, you guys? What have you been up to? I've been just same olding. I've been getting things ready for secret squirrel stuff that I'm not telling you about. Oh, don't do that. I've been making blinglets and packing orders and trying to update my website a little bit. So those of you that saw the drama that was Tuesday was hilarious. Believe it or not, that video is still demonetized. So YouTube seriously believe that Tuesday's live stream is about, oh, hang on a second. Oh, Game Widows is cleaning her office so she can get more work done. Brochet's having a great week. His prize arrived yesterday and he's been searching for the perfect pattern. That's brilliant. Crochet Clock says she's been crocheting her fingertips off and loving it. That's what I like to hear, you guys. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, so anyway, so Tuesday's video on how I edit my photos and sort of stuff like that. It was an I screwed up video, like those of you that haven't seen it, and it was just a nightmare. Like, I decided to run a promotion that I've never done before, so I gave away a yarn discount code in my newsletter, except the newsletter went early and I wasn't ready, so not all the yarn was there. Anyway, you can go back and watch it, but it was very stressful for me, and then having some like technical screw-ups which were totally my own fault, and then also technical screw-ups that I was not aware of. So like, I didn't know, I've never had to change from unlisted when I've gone live on here before. It must be a new setting and I didn't notice it, and I just was going live really quick because I was, you know, stuffing it up. Andrea says she's relaxing because she's having a big night tonight. Really, Andrea? Someone was cataloguing fabric but it disappeared and I've got my hands full so I can't scroll back. I'll scroll back in a second, you guys. But no, the video has been demonetized. Now, the reason I get a bit stressed about that is it's basically the YouTube monetization that goes towards all my giveaways. So I don't make a lot from YouTube. I actually make more in friendships, which I appreciate even more. But it's nice to have just that little bit of cash come in every now and again, just to help go towards the prizes, because I love giving away the prizes. But the reality of the matter is they actually cost money, which, you know, it's one of those things you don't like talking about. But anyway, so that's bothered me. And then I was looking at it today and it's still demonetized. And when I looked into it a bit, I have to get 1,000 views before they'll review it. They don't consider it a problem until you get 1,000 views. So I'm just like, wow, that's great. I'm so happy. But anyway, so that's been happening. Hang on, I'm nearly ready to wind this cob on, but I've got my fingers are a bit, because I've been a bit stressed out and setting up and everything, my fingers are have a bit of perspiration, more than I would normally like when I'm spinning silk. And so I just need to fine it out a bit. There we go. But yeah, so that's been my week. It's been chaos and fun. Here we go. Lane has been cataloguing fabric for her because she's posting it for sale. It's how we learn these things happen. Exactly, that's totally true. It's Crochet Clock. Wendy Jan is heading up the coast. Vicky thinks I'm awesome. Thanks, Vicky. Will they pay you for the views once the reviewers happen? I don't know. From what I've heard, no. And so that's a big issue for a lot of the really big YouTubers, because they get most of their views in their first 48 hours. I get most of my views later. Newtown Knits is in again. Hey, how you going? And good morning, Michelle. You're back as well. I hope you had fun at your appointment that you had to go to on Tuesday. I hope it was an appointment you could have fun at. And I'm like, hey, I hope you had fun at the doctor's. No, I don't know. But anyway, so today I'm just spindling and relaxing, and I'm really hoping you guys can send some questions my way so that I can, you know, find something fun to talk about, because I'm not prepared. I'm just relying on you. Yay! Now I've got a timer on so I can keep an eye on the clock for giveaways to make sure I'm giving them away at good times. So yeah, so, you know, if I talk over, because that's never happened before, just give me a nudge and remind me that I've got to give stuff away. Oh, hello, little knot bit, come out, there we go. Yeah, so, you know, you guys know the drill, right? You've all been in here long enough to understand that the live streams are just chilling and relaxing and we're all having a good time. So in all the dramas and what have you that I've been having, one thing I learned is that my 2012 laptop can't do 5G internet. So every time I want to use the laptop for something, I have to drop my internet down to 2.4 gigahertz, and every time I want to use my phone for a live stream or something like this, I've got to bump it back up to the 5. So I can't actually have the laptop on the internet at the same time as I'm live streaming. So that's great. That's a fun of technology. What are you doing now? Is that what I need to do with my box of yummy fluff? Andrea, it totally is what you need to do with the box of your yummy fluff, and some of this will totally be in the box. It will, there's about 5 grams of each one of my fibers, so you'll get 5 grams of this to pat. Hate when tech gets old. Me too, me too. Okay, because I'm from another side of the world, what does dog's breakfast mean? I need to know. Oh, a dog's breakfast is when it's an absolute mess, like, because dogs go in and just, well, not all dogs, but some dogs just go in and just food flies everywhere. Dog's breakfast. So when it's an absolutely shocking mess. Yes, I do. I've been realizing over time that I actually have quite a few little slang terms that I like to use, and I don't even realize that I'm using them. I do try to keep things, you know, like global as much as I can, but I've realized I don't at all. I use so many things that are just not, you know, the way everyone else does it. So I did notice someone else before pointing out that there were 16 people viewing and only 9 likes. So make sure you go in there and smash that like button. We want YouTube to know that you guys like what I, you know, lay out for you. Crochet, clocks written. It's much funner than just being yourself. I don't understand. I'm totally insane. So now I'm just winding this cob. So I'm not sure if any of you have watched my beginner support spindling videos. You sort of spin it and park it up here, and then at the end of each sort of little handful of fluff you wind it back down so that it's all nice and neat. So at the moment I'm stuck and I can't scroll through the messages again. What? I didn't plan this well, did I? As usual. How is that any different than any other live stream? Update on my Surface Pro. So I'm well impressed right now. I was told on Thursday night when I dropped it in that, of course, they wouldn't be able to pick it up Thursday, which I totally understood. But it would get picked up Friday, and that I would know Tuesday what was going to happen, so I'd have a better idea of a time frame, and that they would ring me. I didn't get a phone call on Tuesday. I rang them yesterday, midway through the day, and the guy I spoke to is not one of the dudes I normally deal with. He would probably not be someone I would deal with again if I had a choice. And he didn't understand my frustration when he told me, oh, it only got picked up on Tuesday, so of course there's no update. So yeah, it's one of those just moments where I am far from impressed with the service that I'm getting. You know, you pay all this extra for all these extra insurances and stuff and warranties and things like that. And then if it had died in 3 weeks rather than when it did, I would be going through a different section of the warranty, which would not be in-store warranty, but their extended warranty group. And I've used that extended warranty group before, and they're amazing to deal with. They understand that you're stressed, they understand that you need it done fast, and they work quickly. Whereas this in-store warranty thing that is valid for the next, until like the 17th of I think it's the 7th of December. But anyway, so I'm not happy. I still don't know when I'm going to get my laptop back. I don't know anything, and I'm being left in the dark, and I hate being treated like a mushroom. And yeah, that's where I'm at the moment with that. Oh, look at all those likes jumping up. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Good morning, Mariam. Naughty Kim is not here. I wasn't expecting her in the stream today. I think she's running around and stuff today. which is totally unlike Kim to plan things on a Thursday, isn't it? She's normally very good at blocking out her calendar. Well, it is Thursday morning here for those of you not in Australia. We're all on a Thursday morning, so you guys are probably on Wednesday nights or very late Wednesday nights or very, very early. Tell Kim we miss her. I will totally tell Kim I miss her. I think she's coming to Caffeinated Crafters tonight. So for those of you that are local, Caffeinated Crafters is on at Browns Plains Coffee Club, the one near the JB Hi-Fi, not the one in the shopping centre. So it's called Browns Plains Village Square, I think it's called, is the name of the coffee club that it's at. Anyway, we have a great time. We have dinner. We sit around and craft and drink soft drinks because we all drive. So, or tea and coffee because it's a coffee club. Vicky's totally watching Big Bang Theory while she watches me spin. That's cool. Vicky, where's your cat is the question. Andrea says, that's what I'm planning to do tonight and I'm hanging out for it. I've already put your stuff in my car so that I cannot forget it. So it is totally... Last time Andrea had some things that I was like one of her prizes that I was supposed to take to Caffeinated Crafters. She made the effort to get all the way there with babysitters and what have you, and I forgot the stuff. So I feel about this big. So I'm really making sure that tonight I remember everything. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Because I forget stuff if I don't write it down. And even though I wrote that one down, I was in a frazzle. I might be a few minutes late tonight, you guys, by the way. Oh, she's hiding, plus I've got my earphones on. I totally get it. Oh my god, this camera angle is terrible. Oh, I don't like you guys seeing that I have 14 shins. It's horrible. Nothing I can actually do about that. Wendy Jan says that she missed Andrea on Sunday. Oh, that's right, because you guys all meet up at the library somewhere, don't you? I don't get to do that one because I tend to have other stuff on with my daughter and things like that on the weekends. I'm missing seeing your pets in these streams. You know, I'll tell you something. My pets are missing me something fierce. I get home in the afternoon and they are insane. They're like, I'm talking cats and dogs walking together to come and greet me at the gate. And, you know, it's weird. Like, my cats and dogs don't hang out together at all. But they are, like, bonding together over the fact that I'm not in the house through the day. And they're, like, locked in and stuff. So... crazy times at the moment, but should quiet down soon. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so everything's, you know, chaos and fun and everything. But one thing I've really appreciated through all this tech nightmare is I have this older ViewSonic monitor that I can connect up everything to. So it's the only thing saving me from the dead pixel laptop. Because I'm not kidding, the dead pixel area is totally an inch and a half. I have this round spot that sort of just sits over here, which is just below where you've got to cross down and things like that for software. Anyway, it's just insane. So luckily for me, I do have this monitor, and without it, I wouldn't even be able, like, my photo editing here at the office hasn't been great. I know, I've got to keep the sound on because I'm just keeping an eye out for something. So I'm just watching it. So yeah, so it's just, it's one of those things, you know, it's like the light in the darkness, which I know it sounds so dramatic. It's the light in the darkness, everybody. Such a first world problem, but it is. It's been such an amazing saving grace. I'm so glad I've got it, and I'm seriously contemplating when I upgrade my monitor to getting another ViewSonic. It's been such a good workhorse. And they're not ridiculously expensive, they're really well made, and they've got great screen quality. Obviously you can get cheaper ones that aren't as good, but even the dearer ones aren't that dear. Although they've got these 4K ones out at the moment, totally don't need that. My, you know, nothing I have runs 4K, so there's no point getting that. I'm knitting the second sock in my first ever pair of socks, but seeing you use a spindle has distracted me. I want to get my spindle out. Well... I'm sorry, but I would say get your spindle out and have a break from your socks. But if it's your first ever pair, and you're on a roll, and you know, maybe you should just keep doing the socks. Says Chantel, who just about never finishes a pair. I have lots of single socks, except for my rainbow ones. They're complete now. Abby's even worn them once, gotten them all dirty and handed them to me. She goes, I don't know how to wash these. So thanks, Abs. But yeah, it's one of those things. I love spindle spinning, you guys. Now, it's like, it relaxes me and it calms me down when I'm really stressed. And a big part of it is I don't sell spindles. I can give you recommendations of who I buy from, but I don't sell spindles. Although I am seriously considering it. I'm not yet, but I am considering. I don't sell spindles. I don't sell spindle spun yarn. This is for me. This is mine. Mind you, I do sell this fibre, but not dyed, because I find dyeing fibre so stressful. I'm like, I don't want it to get all hard. I don't want it to get felty. I don't want it to lose its softness and its beautifulness. And so it's like, I'm really limited by how I'm going to dye it, because I don't want to touch it while it's warm. And you know, you guys know the deal. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. Why is dyeing fibre more stressful than dyeing yarn? Okay, so I'm probably more used to dyeing yarn. I've been dyeing yarn a really long time and I'm very used to it. But also, a lot of the yarns I dye, they're technically machine washable yarns. Not all of them, but a lot of them are machine washable yarns. So they can handle movement, they can handle being in the saucepan with me shoving them around and poking at them, because I can't help myself, I have to touch it. Whereas fibres, they will either drift apart or they will felt together. And so you'll either end up with all these little pieces, which is fine if you want to card it or something, or you may end up with a felty mess. Now, I didn't, and I don't. I've never. That's the weird thing. It's one of the. It's like being afraid of bugs and spiders, right? In your brain, you know it's an irrational fear, but at the same time, it is a fear. And I mean, this is dyed up beautifully, and it hasn't felted, and it hasn't done anything bad, and you know, it's spinning up like a dream. But I dyed 2 of these, one as a gift for a friend and one for myself. So I dyed 100 grams, and I'm not kidding, it took me like 2 hours to dye 100 grams. And it was so stupid. It was just so stupid. I just realized I don't have the chat part showing up on my TV. It's just due today. I was wondering why the screen looked different. Okay, because that's what's happening is because my laptop is dead and I'm using an old one, it can't run the live stream. I'm running this from my phone. Believe it or not, I can run it from my phone, but not my laptop, which I think is hilarious. Anyway, so when you use mobile live on the phone, I can't add in like a second screen and I can't add in the chat box. So I can see the chat as it comes up and I can read it, but it won't stay. Like, it won't be here for the replay. It won't be here for you guys to read if you're casting onto a screen and need to keep it in your lap. So sorry about that. Thank you for the explanation. I've never dyed yarn and I'm learning from watching your videos. Oh wow, thank you. I've actually got another one planned, just so you know. There's one coming up. It'll probably early next year. So that sounds a long time away, but it's just really not. Because that's a video I'll need to dye from home. So that's a video I need to record from home because I don't dye here. This is just where I do everything else but dyeing. I do all my skeins here. I've got all my equipment here. There's nowhere to dye that wouldn't end up getting really gross. So no one can be naughty on chat and no one will know. So we can be naughty on chat and no one would ask. Exactly. That's precisely correct. Unless I read it out and, you know, call you out for whatever it is that you're saying. Because, like, I've never done that before, have I, Andrea? You guys are cheeky and naughty. I've got some really exciting things coming up for future live chats, which I'm excited about. Hey, Casey here. Nerdy Stitcher, why you got a frowny face? Is it because the chats aren't going to be available for later? But yeah, so it's one of those things with the dyeing. I'm sure I could sort something out, but at the moment, I'm just, my knee is not good. Surgery's in a couple of weeks, so we'll see how that goes. So I can't do any sort of long, big, I'm getting a bit thin here, and it's Amazon stuffed up our order. I am peeved. Which order did they stuff up? What did you order? I hate it when I get something that I'm not supposed to get or charge for something. They use a garbage shipping service. Really? I've never had a problem with their shipping. I'm not the naughty one. That title belongs to Kim. That's true. Kim is generally the naughty one. So I was supposed to arrive today, but no. Oh, gosh. And I bet you've stayed at home because you're expecting it to arrive today. I've got a whole pile of Christmas presents that I ordered from Kogan for all my nieces and nephews because none of them watch. I can tell you what it is. It is, they're called Komodo lounges. They're those big, fill them up with air and you can lay on them. They look like a big mouth kind of, well, not quite a mouth, but a big, like, lips. So, yeah, I got all of them one of those because we're going to be having Christmas at my mum's house and there's a distinct lack of chairs at my mother's house. So we always have to bring our own, so I thought the kids might like these. And a lot of us are camping down there for a day or two, so it might be nice to have something to lounge around on. So that's what I'm doing for them. So they're all arriving at my house today, and there's like 10 of them. So my poor courier is going to be like, what the frick? And so I'm ready to wind off another cob now. So I've actually just said that, you know, I clicked put it in this particular spot button thing, so they're going to just drop that while I'm not there, but I'll get a notification saying, hey, the thing's there, and I've got to pop out today to go and do an errand, so I can pop home and just chuck it inside, so it won't be out for long, which is nice. Which is nice. It is seriously overcast here today, you guys. Like, I'm not upset by it, I'm just really noticing how dark it is. Like, the amount of light I normally set up, I've had to actually set up an extra light so that you guys have got, you know, it's not all gloom and doom. Sorry, I just have to watch this bit because I'm so fussy. I like it to be all like neat. I don't think that's going to focus because it's trying to focus on my face. Don't focus on my face, focus on the thing. Oh, I hate you, little camera. Just do what I want you to do. Anyway, I try to make it neat, and I find that when I make it neater, I can load more on there, and so I can get heaps more on there. But I won't get 50 grams onto this spindle. I'll have to grab out another spindle to do more on that, and I'll apply that with some string theory silk because that's what I do. Because I tend to not ply the two plies together because I want meterage, baby. I want that meterage. I want nice fine lace. Also, I tend to ply it back on a wheel. I know, controversial right there, isn't it? Because I love to spindle spin. I don't love to ply so much. It's been overcast and damp and raining here in West Virginia as well. And it's overcast in Melbourne. We've all got well, we don't all, but lots of us have overcast days today. So string theory, has anyone seen the string theory that I sell? Because I don't have any in here and I'll happily run and grab some to show you what I'm talking about. But it's a filature silk that is 25 kilometers per 100 grams. That is not a typo. That is not said in error. It is literally 25 kilometers per 100 grams. So it makes that look thick. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. Go get it. That's why I apply on Hercules the big spindle instead of the support spindle. I don't like drop spindles. I'm really bad with them. I drop them. All right, all right, you guys, you ready? You guys can, I'm going to get it. I can spin on support spindle. Hi, Shirley. How are you going? I'm just running to grab some yarn. I'll be back in a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Dun, dun, dun. Shutting the door. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Hi. I mean, big watching day. Hang on. Don't tell Shanti I'm here. Oh, I'm sorry, Kim. Spotted. Because I'm scrolling back. Hang on a second. Everyone's saying hi to Shirley. Hi, Shirley. Grey and raining in Canberra today. I got your message, Sarah, by the way. Kim's in. Big watching day, 23 watching, 20 likes. Someone unliked. I'm not kidding. You've written 20 likes and I'm looking at it and it says 19. Cheeky. Are you there, Andrea or Kim? They're there. So now she's going to let's get up to mischief. Kim, it wasn't the same without you. Are you a mascot? Yours says 20. No, mine definitely says 19 now. Anyway, I went and got the silk. It's blindingly white and I apply it with everything. I applied it with chocolate brown yak and it just makes the yak shimmer. I'm going to pop this on the end of my finger and then put my finger up right up against the camera so you guys can see it, alright? That's 2 strands. Where's the camera? There you go. It's so fine. It looks like hair. It's as fine as hair, I would say. Some hair. There we go. There's a single strand. Let's see if we can make the camera focus. You focus. Can you guys see what I'm talking about here? Is it just being a butt? So it's totally fine. And it is just so gorgeous. I don't sell it in 100 gram skeins. No one needs 100 grams. I'm not kidding. I'm still using the same 50 grams that I got when I first started. And I apply so much stuff with it. It's finer than frog's hair. It's finer than sewing thread for sure. And the only thing I would say is if you're going to use this stuff, it's fine. And it's silk and it's not a single filament. What it is, it's 2 to 3 filaments from a cocoon that have been unwound, lightly spun. It doesn't have a huge amount of twist, but just a light twist in it, and then bleached, and then it's wound in the hanks. So this is a 32 gram hank, and it's like $9.50, and that will last someone a really long time. You will apply so much stuff with that. It's not funny. Oh, my oven beeped. Why must my children eat? And they have to eat like every day. It's not even just like this day and that. They want food every day, darn it. But yeah, so that's what I'll apply this with. And so I'll end up making, and that's the other thing, I totally make lace and it's totally for me. I don't give it away. This is, you know how some people talk about selfish projects? And it's a little controversial. Some people get really funny about the whole selfish project or selfish knitter or selfish whatever. I saw a discussion about it in one of the groups on Facebook yesterday, actually, which made me think of it. And I'm pretty generous with a lot of stuff. I'll just give stuff to family members. I give bits and pieces away all the time. It's just sort of in my nature. But sometimes I just need something for myself. Oops, yuck. Come out, that's it. It all fluffed up on the end and caught while I was trying to wind this on to get it ready for spinning. Stop that. Stop it. It's called self-care knitting. It totally is. And you've got to have a project that's just for you. Now, that's not to say that you're not a busy knitter and you don't have like a million other projects that you've got to get done for whatever reasons, whether it's work commitments or birthday dates or Christmas or whatever. But you have to craft something for yourself every now and again, because otherwise you just feel like your projects are just never for you. It's totally my opinion, you guys. Like, you know the drill. I have some serious opinions, but they're my opinions, and I'm not trying to force them down your throat. Andrea says, oh, hang on a sec. Let me look here. Brochure says, I've never created something for myself that's going to change soon. Glad to hear that. Andrea says, I've only made 3 things for me. Everything else has been for the kids or gifts. The socks will be mine. I really love someone. I'll craft for them. Otherwise, nope. Almost everything I make is for myself. Awesome, Vanessa. Sarah says, I would give away more if I actually finished anything. Often I like the pattern or the yarn, but don't necessarily want it for myself. And see, there's times when I want to do the process, but the finished item's not going to be for me. They're totally giveaways. But every now and again, this particular fibre, I dyed this colour because I wanted it, because I reckon it'll look great with like a black t-shirt and jeans, because that's like, you guys know me. I wear a lot of black t-shirts. Shirley is under the impression the socks were for her, Andrea. I think there's going to be a little mother-daughter skiff happening on the chat. Who's got popcorn? So yeah, so I think it's important to make sure that you do some stuff for yourself every now and again. And I'm not saying all the time, if you don't want to. You've got to do what you love. Kim has cake. Awesome. I've got milk. Just, throwing that out there. So it's been here on the news in Scotland. Just want to say well done, Oz, on your recent vote. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Do you know what? That wasn't a vote. It was a postal survey, and it actually has all it was to give our politicians the news that we wanted, that this is what the majority of Australia wants, or at least the majority that sent their postal surveys back. In Australia, it's compulsory to vote, and if you don't, you'll get a fine, whereas this particular survey was totally optional. So they had about, I think was that 80% of people cast their vote, and about 60% of that 80% voted yes, which I'm glad about. And then the other 40 voted no for all different reasons. And I think if you want to vote no, that's your opinion, and you're totally entitled to it. Hang on, there's messages. And I own one pair of self-knitted socks. My Abby and Mum have acquired all the other pairs. Andrea says, no, you're going to buy another sock kit and I was going to make your pair. I'm pretty sure that's how the conversation went. Vanessa says, most of my family runs hot, so they don't wear knits and they would ruin wool, so it would have to be yucky acrylic. Then, they don't get anything. That's fair enough. And Marion says 61%. Yes, it was totally 61%. But our Prime Minister is saying that they're hoping to have the bill passed before Christmas. So we're at least stepping in the right direction now, which is good. I think that love is love, and if you want to do it, you do it. My religious beliefs are not the political domain, and that's how I see it. So that's just my thing. Like I would personally not marry a woman because I don't get into that kind of thing, but that's my opinion, and that's what I'm doing, and I was allowed to marry the person I loved. So I don't think religion should have any place in politics, and politics shouldn't have any place in religion, but we all live in the real world, and we know that it happens both ways. So anyway, moving on off of that very controversial topic. Marion says, over, I thought you loved me. I do, but it's in a platonic love, Marion. Vicky asked, why not cotton yarn for Vanessa's family? I think, yeah, well, Marion's crying now, everybody. I'm sorry, Marion. Our husbands would not approve. Joss, are you coming tonight, or are you on your trip already? I'm confused. I knew you. Just throw that on the ground. Marriage shouldn't be conditional on what you both have in your underwear. Agreed. But yeah. Diaper changed. Oh, that's right. Vanessa's got her little baby now. It's so exciting. So, now there might be a bit of extra noise with the boys today. I've shut everything down as much as I could, and we'll see how that goes. Gamer Widow says, I just want to say I love you all, but I don't want to marry any of you. You'd steal all my stash. Totally. That's totally right. Nerdy says, I just want to swear. Okay. Joss is not going to be there tonight. She's flying out at 6:52 Ypres because Joss is on a weekend away, because that never happens. I don't think your husband would disapprove. They'd probably want... Oh, yeah. I think it depends on the husband. Yeah. Won't read that one out. You guys can have that one for yourselves and have that one in our chat. Yeah, so it's, it's fun and it's exciting and things are happening and it's all good. Yeah. Do this is probably the most spinning I've gotten done, like spindle spinning in, like, I don't know, like, oh God, it would have to be 6 months, easily, because I haven't been giving myself time. That's what it is. And you guys give me time, and I really, really appreciate it. You guys let me just do the craft I want to do. You don't judge me based on my craft. I don't get the, ooh, yuck, you're a crocheter, knitting's better, because we all know how I feel about that line of topic. Hang on. There we go. Just add a small twist in so it stays together. And so, yeah, so it's really nice. Now, someone just asked what kind of spindle this is. Don't know. It's a Turkish. I remember that it was, I've got all the bits of paper with all my spindle names at home, and I'll find out. But it is like an ivory wood and a red wood, and it's from the US, and it doesn't have the metal nibs. I don't like metal nibs on my spindles. That's about the only thing I'm really specific about. I'm amazed that you can spin like that. I don't think I could. Do you know what? I couldn't always. Let me tell you that right now. There's no craft bias. Totally. It's totally a support spindle. It's I believe it's a type of, this is a Turkish spindle. So it's got the little weighted cup. It's filled in there. Like, so that's all wood in there, which gives us a little bit of weight. And so it's nice, but not too heavy. You can spin very fine on it and get a good rotation on it. It's got a nice fine tip. This is a, who did I get this bowl from? This is either a Lair of the Bearded Dragon bowl, but I actually think that this might actually be a Malcolm Fielding bowl. Again, Widow says, my local IGA had little ceramic bowls for $1 that would be perfect for support spindles. Might have to grab a couple. Tibetan, not Turkish. You're totally right. You are totally right. It is not Turkish. Turkish has got the 4 arms. Oh my God, how embarrassing. It's Tibetan. It is a Tibetan style spindle. I can't get the hang of support spindles. It doesn't seem to stop me from buying them, no. I owned a lot before I got the hang, let me just tell you that right now. My cats would claim it as a toy. You know what? My cats try to as well. They especially like it when I'm using it, so I don't spin with the cats. And I don't wheel spin with the dogs because they like to try and get in under my feet while I'm treadling, and I've had some yelpingtons happening while I'm treadling because I've treadled down as they've moved under a pedal, and there's I still need to get a support spindle. My go-to support spindle supplies in Australia are Lair of the Bearded Dragon, and in the US I am totally into, oh, I forgot his name. My brain just melted. It's the guy who made this. So I'll find out and I will post it somewhere, probably in the Fiberific Fun Zone when I get home and I've got all my little bits of paper in front of me because, like I said, I need it written down. I will totally go and check out what's his name? If Emma was on, she would be able to tell us because I bought it from her when she was selling it through Spun Out. I'm totally going to take a photo of your wheel for my day 4 black and white. You totally can because you'll be here soon. Noel, what's his name? Spanish Peacock. No, it's not a Jenkins, or it might be. I normally like getting, I like the Jenkins Russian spindles. I don't have any here to show you. I'll have to bring all my spindles in next week and we can have a discussion on the little names and all that sort of stuff. Tamantha says David Johnson of Luxury Overdose makes some nice spindles. I've heard that. Jenkins, they're like unicorns. They never exist. No, I've definitely got a Jenkins and I've got a few. But there's one guy who I love, but he passed away last year. So I can't get any more. I wish Snyder would make support spindles. I love Snyder Turkish spindles. All my Turkish are Snyder's Turkish. I've got one with little T-Rex arm, like little T-Rex cut into it, because that's my nickname is Rexy because of my short arms. Yeah. And so I've got one with little T-Rex cut into it. I've got a Fang from Lair of the Bearded Dragon with the Fiberific logo burnt into it, like wood burned. Oh gosh, I've got a lot of spindles. I want a gear style Snyder so bad. Well, then you should order one. He's not dear and his shipping's really good. Oz Spindleman makes beautiful spindles. Oh, really? Can you message me that, Stacey, so that I don't forget? Because this is not going to say anything. You make this look so easy. Oh, look, this is one of those things that once your muscles remember how to do it, it is easy, but you've got to get to that point where you've given yourself the chance to learn. Love my teeny tiny Turkish from Scott Snyder's. I've just got minis and smalls. I don't use anything bigger. You can use the Turkish as support spindles, just put the arms on upside down. With the minis, the spike is so far down, you don't even need to put the arms on upside down. You can actually just spindle it straight into a bowl. But the Turkish seem to be the only drops. I'm going to have a drink of water. The Turkish spindles seem to be the only drop style spindle that I like to use, or I actually enjoy using. So when I'm drop spindling, that's all I use is Snyder Turkish. I got my first peacock spindle for my birthday, which I still have never used. So I've got to, you know, sort that out. I've got to go help my dad. I'll catch up later. See you later, Vicky. Good luck. Yeah. But I'm about to do a giveaway in 5 minutes. Texas Jean, I think that's their name, makes awesome ones too. Oh, you guys, don't tell me spindle makers. God, I only have like 20 and you can only spin on one at a time. Seriously, who uses that logic for real? I'd only have one wheel if I thought that logic was true. And I'd only have one set of needles if I thought that logic was true. Oh dear, sorry. No one, that's right. No one really uses that logic. Okay, so this is where we're up to. I'm just going to park it because my fingers need a little break. I find buying fibre online impossible. Why do you find and why is that? Just out of curiosity. Nerdy says, I have one wheel and I hate it. Oh no! Is there something wrong with it, or you just don't like the style, or you just don't like spinning? Because that's okay. Not everyone needs to spin and knit and crochet and all of that. It's hard to find. Well, I sell lots of fibres, Nerdy Stitcher, and if you are interested, I have a fibre sample box that you may purchase that gives you a 5-gram sample of everything that I sell, or most things that I sell. And yeah, so, you know, there's that. I was comparing my spindles at the festival. I was at a couple of weekends ago with the lovely ladies from the Coloured Sheep. Oh, that's could be scary. Nerdy doesn't like her wheel because it's not good quality. Okay, first giveaway, because we're talking about all this fibre, is I'm going to give away this, is it 50 grams? A 50-gram carded roving bat. So it's wound into a ball, but it's like this flat roving ball. So I've wound it into a ball. These things spin really nicely. They draft really easily. So if you got this eye-melting ball of fluff, what would you do with it? And grow. It'll come in this bag too. You'll get this bag. Orange and pink, that's right. Andrea says that's gorgeous, but I wouldn't know what to do with it. You could do all sorts of things with it. It's totally bright. It's totally bright. It's hilarious. Okay, Kim would itch for sure. Yep, because it's wool. The Cheviot is a wool breed. And they're soft sparkles though. The sparkles are soft. Tamantha has used this. So Tamantha has experience in this particular blend. She likes the blue ones, but I'm out of blue. That's not what she said. That's true, that's not what she said, Kim. Cat toy, never touched fluff. Also signal airplanes. You could just wrap it around yourself and it could be a really nice safety vest. Because it's that bright. You could totally do that. Give it to my daughter, she loves bright. Weave it some awesome colour. Yeah, it's a Cheviot, so it's a stronger blend as well. It would take really well to being woven. High-vis vest. Yep, totally. Oh my gosh, you guys crack me up. Can you see it from space? Look, if I was out in the car park, you probably could, but there is a roof over my head, so no. Spin it and then make a lace shawl. Yum. Actually, it would spin really fine, really nicely, I think. Just throwing that out there. And hi, Brian. I'd weave a scarf with my new wavy shuttle. Oh, I want to see how that goes. A wig. See, I don't think so. I think that's just going too far now. Joss says, I'd have to get you to spin it for me and then maybe make a table runner. Well, that's always a possibility, Joss. So, and Tammy as well, if you guys needed me to spin something for you, I think I could do that. But yeah, so this is it, and the winner is, I'm going to do a winner in 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm picking a winner. The winner of the high-vis stuff is going to be Shirley Webb. Shirley Webb, who is going to give it to her beautiful sister-in-law to weave it. So let's hope that Shirley's sister can also spin. Just throwing that out there. Andrea's husband. What? I'm confused. So Shirley Webb wins the eye melting fluff. Eye melting fluff. Alright, I'm going to pop this in a little bag so to protect it. There you go, Shirley, 50 grams of fluff. So Shirley, and then I'll pass it on to, I can just put it in your bag of stuff, Andrea. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, later on we will be giving away this beautiful skein. It's all blurry, so blurry, extreme close up of this. So shortly, we've still got about another 40 minutes to go, so we'll give that away before we do that. I'm just going to check here. I've got good connection still. I'm already crocheting it in my head. Well, that's a hint. It's a really pretty blue. It's got, as those of you who bought my yarn before know, I tend to do semi-solid variegated yarn. So it's actually got a few different shades of colour through it. So when you get it and you wind it into a ball, you'll be like, oh my gosh, there's a bit of this and there's a bit of that. But it's not in long repeats. It's all very small, and so there's movement when it weaves up amazingly. Just throwing that out there. Nerdy Stitcher says, my monthly budget for craft is irritatingly tiny. Yeah, mine too, if I'm going to be really honest. Semi-solid is my fave. Me too. I love a semi-solid. Oh, my dog is being a jerk. Really? Because I don't have dogs that are jerks all the time and bark through my entire live stream. Never. Fluffingtons. Ready for the next bit, you guys? Are we ready to spin some more? Let's see, can we see the bottom of the bowl? I'm just going to wiggle this back. No, because I'm on a power cord. I don't want the battery to die. I'm sorry, you guys will just have to watch it from the top. What are you going to make with it once? Say that again. What are you going to make it with it once it's spun? He won't stay out of the kitchen. It matches my shirt. It does a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah, it does a bit. There's definitely some of that blue right in it too, which is nice. So yeah, so just let me join on. Just don't talk to me while I'm joining on. I'm sure Ellen will have a plan. She totally will. So I yelled at him and gave him a death stare. So for those of you that love this shirt, I get these from another YouTuber, Roberto Blake. He is one of those amazing people. He's a photographer and a graphic designer, and is just an all-round amazingly talented person, which just makes you want to just scream. But he also does a zillion videos on just how to do the stuff you need to do. So whether it's Photoshop or Lightroom, or even how to make YouTube videos, all that sort of stuff. This is where I learned to do a lot of my stuff. So I support him by buying his Create Awesome shirts, because I love the shirts. They're amazing quality. I listened to him all the way home from work this evening. There you go. Kim ordered a t-shirt. I love Roberto Blake. So for those of you that know who he is, I'm actually part of his Create Awesome Academy, which I love and I highly recommend. But yeah, I find him really easy to listen to. There's other people who have, equivalent knowledge, but I find the teaching style doesn't suit me, whereas Roberto is just really no nonsense and is not trying to sell stuff all the time, and he probably undersells himself, if anything. I think that, you know, there'd probably be a lot more members of all sorts of stuff if you know, he just pushed it. I am totally resisting the urge. It's hard, but I'm doing it. Have you recovered from the selling seminar thing you went to? Oh my God. That was terrible. I'm not kidding. I bought a ticket into, it was Business Square, which is a success resource thingy. Don't normally do that sort of stuff at all, but Gary Vaynerchuk came to Australia and he came to Brisbane. And I got, like, because I'm on all his mailing lists and stuff as well, I got this ridiculous discount code, which meant I could go and see Gary Vaynerchuk speak half an hour from my house for $50, plus also $30 for parking. Totally worth it, totally worth it. And it was totally worth sitting through the 2-hour live infomercial of the guy beforehand, who honestly made me want to scream. I nearly walked out. That's how annoyed and disappointed and horrified I was at this particular person's way of public speaking. And it just drove me up the proverbial wall. But Gary was phenomenal, and I'm totally glad that I went and put up with Mr. Selly Pants. Andrea is naughty, and she might find things missing out of her shopping bag if she keeps being naughty. But yeah, so we've got all that. $30 parking, yeah. I parked at the convention centre in Brisbane at South Bank because that's where the event was being held, and I was going to have to leave early to go and pick Abby up from school, and because my knee is stupid, I couldn't park too far away, otherwise I wouldn't be able to walk to and from the stupid convention centre to get cheaper parking. And in that area through the day, there's not a lot of places you can go for cheaper parking that are within, you know, a kilometre. And a kilometre doesn't sound that far until your knee screams at you after 300 metres. So, yeah. But I'll tell you what, I'm not kidding. The actual room that it was in was like up and around the back, and you know, I felt like I walked another kilometre, but because it was in a queue, you take a step and then wait, and then you take a step and you wait, and it took me 45 minutes to register. Yeah, that's right, or your back starts screaming. Something screams at you, like, what are you doing? Why are you moving? You should be laying down with ice packs. The doctor said ice packs. Where's your ice pack? But funnily enough, you can't live with an ice pack attached to you. And Nerdy Stitcher says, I have tendonitis in my ankle, so I walked a bunch of miles because I'm an idiot. Do you know what? I knew I had a busted knee, and I still walked 40 kilometres over the VidCon weekend. Had an amazing time. But that's what has prompted all this extra stuff now. I pushed it too far. And the lesson is, push it too far and you break things. So, yeah. But anyway, keep spindling. Just keep spindling. 40 kilometres. Yeah, 40 kilometres in 4 days I did. Which for me is ridiculous because I normally walk about 2.5 kilometres a day, just in regular, you know, just the walking around, your phone picks up how much activity you've done. But I normally do about 2.5 to 3 a day. But those days I walked like 10 a day. I walked like 5 miles in 2 days. Okay, guys, quick. I can't Google it. How many kilometres in a mile? How many miles in a kilometre? I don't know. I'm not good with that one. I can do yards and metres, but not miles and kilometres. Because, you know, stuff. Alright, this has gotten a bit fine. I need to get some more fluff in there. Get in there, bits of fluff. Get in there, twist it up. That's it. I know there's too much. Kim says, oh geez, Kim super chatted, say boobies. Do it. Mwahaha. I did it. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Kim. You're a shocker. Oh dear. So is that 1.6 kilometres to a mile? Is that right? Or 1.6 miles to a kilometre? I broke it. It's Kim's fault. She made me say boobies. That's why we love and missed you, Kim. That's exactly right. Kim is the comic relief of the Fiberific chat. She totally is. Kim is good value. Which is why Kim is allowed to visit Fiberific HQ every now and again. Because she's crazy. and she worked out where it was, so I can't keep her out. So I've been enjoying having the pickup option for people, which is nice. People have been popping in every now and again to save on their postage, and I just have it ready, and you know, if they're nice, I give them a little tour and have a chat and stuff like that, so that's really cool. So I'm getting used to having people around, which is great. So Kim started that. Kim made me brave. Nerd Stitcher says, I once walked 30 Ks in 2 days. Oh my gosh. I hope it was somewhere fun and nice and stuff, made it worth all that walking. Sometimes things are totally worth that. I was actually talking to my brother the other day, and Abby, we were having a conversation about running, and Abby was sort of looking at me like you run. And my brother was like, she used to run a lot. It used to be her thing. And I did. I used to run all the time. And I was never classically fit, if that makes sense. Like, you would look at me and never assume that I like to run. I've always been bigger. But I did love to run, whereas now I can't run at all. Oh, she noticed that you puked. Kim says we did 10 Ks at Australia Zoo. That's easy to do, actually. Australia Zoo is massive. Oh, well, it was a breast cancer thing, so yes, totally worth it. Charity runs or walks are totally worth it. But yeah, so Abby was just like, really? And my brother was just like, yeah, she totally used to just, she would train and she would run, and Abby was just blown away. So it's kind of weird that, you know, it's the things you forget, that, because I hadn't told Abby about how I used to run around like a lunatic with my uncle and stuff like that, and because he used to train all the time. I'm heat intolerant as well. I'm sunlight intolerant. I do not cope well with being in the sun, and because a lot of my allergies include sunscreen, I have to decide if something's worth getting sunburnt over or risking the skin rashes from sunscreen. I did 16 Ks in 3 days with breast cancer once and couldn't feel my legs after. I had to will myself to remain standing in the shower. Oh, I can imagine. Wow. My kids find it difficult to think that once I was a kid. Yeah. Give me snow and -10 with no wind. I went to New Zealand in winter and I saw snow and I stood in slush because it was not actually snowing. But that's the closest to snow I've been. I'm a subtropical girl, which is hilarious considering, you know, everything. But yeah, it's weird. I actually did a bunch of walking at the end of camp, and all we went to eat Indian food. Yeah, the no wind thing is a hard part. Yeah, totally, because you quite often get the cold and the wind. So yeah, hand is getting moist. We don't talk about the devil's dandruff here. I love that. Oh dear. I got an icky bit. Hang on, just let me fix it. I don't want the icky bit in my spinning. Get out. Get out of the chopper. More aircon. No, it's just because I'm holding fluff in my hand and stuff like that. The rest of me is quite calm, like quite cool in my aircon, in my office. So yeah, it's just the fluff. It's got cashmere in it and silk, and I grabbed too big a piece is what it's boiling down to. If we're going to be truth. If we're going to be truth. There you go. Let's just make up words that go together. We'll just invent sentences. I love to snowshoe. It's your favourite. I've seen snowshoes on television. Does that count? No. Totally doesn't count. Oh dear. So we're going to do our giveaway very soon. We ain't got AC. I've got AC in my house and here in my office. And I think I love it. It's 10 degrees here by the sea blowing, not a gale in the little caravan, but not snowing. Colorado used to be not so damn hot. I don't miss the snow at all, says Vanessa, who's now a Queenslander also. The really old tennis rackets. That's them. That's what I think of, that they're walking around is big bamboo rackets. I live in New Mexico, and if it gets far too cold here for me. Oh really? So New Mexico, where is that? I don't know where that is. I have to look it up on a map. Climate change, yes, totally. Oh, man, I got fluff on my nose and it's making me like, I'm from the beaches in South Carolina, so the desert life isn't far from me at all. Oh, there you go. I've got to wind this up because I've got fluff on my nose and it's going to make me sneeze. Bit of cashmere. Kim, are you coming tonight? I believe she is. Or at least that's the impression she's given me. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. Andrea's coming tonight. Just so you know, everybody. Andrea's coming to hang out with Caffeinated Crafters. Tammy will be at Caffeinated Crafters. I will be at Caffeinated Crafters. Albeit maybe a smidge late because Tim's not going to get home from work early enough to look after Ab's monster. I love deserts. I nearly said desserts because I love desserts. But live in one? Yeah, no. I've told my husband that I am. I'm going to miss you all. Yes, you are. You're going to miss everybody. I'm a desert girl. Don't understand beaches or humidity. Yeah, I do not like humidity at all. It's semi-arid here. Just wow. Humidity is horrible. Yeah, and this in Queensland we have ridiculous humidity here. It's, yeah, I am totally living in the wrong state. I really am totally living in the wrong state. Nerdy Stitches says, lol, also like desserts. Yes, we do like desserts and deserts. I'd like to visit a desert, sitting in an air-conditioned car. That's what I'm saying. I've turned into a snake. No amount of lotion helps my skin. Okay. We'll have great desserts tonight. Yes, we will. You know it's humid when you're Asian and your hair goes wavy. Yeah. Gosh, I didn't know whether to have dessert or dinner tonight. Well, Andrea, you could do what I'm doing and do both. Dry hair without humidity isn't good on skin. Dry air without humidity isn't good on the skin. No, I would totally agree with that. Yeah, see, everyone's saying both, Andrea, except for Nerdy Stitcher who ate a salad. Sorry, Nerdy Stitcher. Let me see, my hair and humidity turns me into the Hair Bear Bunch. Hair Bear Bunch. I'm not sure. I don't think I know who the Hair Bear Bunch is. Someone's going to post a picture and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I totally know that. Start with dessert. Yeah, we can totally start with dessert. There's no parents there. Your mum's not there to boss you around. Although in saying that, that drink that your mum ordered was so nice. What was that again? You'll have to tell me because I'm totally going to get it again. We can't post pictures. Not here, but you can post pictures over on Fiberific Fun Zone, which is why I made it, so people could share pictures. Hair Bear Bunch was a bad show from the 70s, 80s. I'm sure it was. There was a lot of bad shows from the 70s and 80s. Iced coffee with vanilla, that's what it was. My feet dry out horribly. Oh, see, no part of me dries out because it's humid and horrible and there's no such thing as being dry. You get out of the shower, you towel off, you put your clothes on and then you towel off again because that's how it works because it's just ridiculous. But yeah, Kim, you're too fast for me. She is, she's pretty quick. I wouldn't be surprised if she's sitting in a car park somewhere. Just saying. Stalker. Oh wow, I'm enjoying this spin so much, you guys. Thank you for letting me do it. I joked when I was in Queensland that I'd have to have a shower to dry off. Yeah, it's a bit like that, honestly. It's like people are like, what do you mean you have 2 showers a day? And it's like, you have no idea. I would have 5 a day if I could. Kim says no, she's at home. Oh, there you go, Kim. Okay, that's good to know. So no popping up and scaring the, you know, no code brown for Chantel, which is nice. I do prefer the sunny weather here. Kim says, I don't need to stalk Shanti, I have that tracker. That's right, I forgot. I still haven't worked out where it is. Hi there, better late than never. Hey, Anka, how are you going? She's watching you with binoculars. Oh dear. Anyone going to Spotlight beforehand? I am not, because I will be running slightly late, so I won't be. But there's a distinct possibility that someone else will, because we don't always make it afterwards. Because sometimes we don't finish until like 9. It depends how tired we all are. Last time we were all pretty tired. We were out of there pretty early. Should I eat taquitos? Considering I don't know what they are, I have no idea, but they sound interesting, and I'd like to see a picture. Are they like little mini tacos? Because if that's what they are, I'd be in for that. I have a $40 off voucher that wants to be used. Well, then you should probably use it. What time does it start tonight? 6:30, guys. 6:30. I'm avoiding stalking Snyder Spindles. I don't avoid it at all. I watch his little lives on Instagram. You guys all know to follow Snyder on Instagram, and he goes live so you can watch him do all his wood turning and stuff like that. It's awesome. It's really interesting to see how everything's made. It's like a skinny pseudo Mexican burrito with like cheese and meat. Then eat it, man. Totally eat it. I'd be up for that. I love burritos. I love tacos. I love tortilla. Is it bad that I'm sipping some liquor at lunchtime? Liqueur at lunchtime, not liquor, because you're not just drinking straight up like goon out of the bottle. You're having like nice liqueur with lunch. Then it's totally fine. And if you're drinking goon out of the bottle, you just tell us that it's like a fancy liqueur and we won't judge. Chicken and cheese. I'd be up for that. I love chicken and cheese toasted sandwiches with pepper on them. Oh man, I want a chicken and cheese sandwich with pepper on it toasted now. Jeez, thanks for putting that in my head. It's beer o'clock somewhere. It totally is beer o'clock somewhere. Not here though, because I've got to do school runs and stuff. I went yesterday and bought all the specials at Spotlight. We're all about 39. I don't know what that means. Lunch truck. No, that's not the lunch truck. We've got a lot of courier trucks running around, and the boys next door are really super busy at the moment. And so that beeping noise is the sound of their little forklift reversing with a big. They've got like a little tow ball bar on a forklift that they move all the caravans around with. It's quite cool to watch. Does she do toasted sandwiches? I mean, she does. Sort of. So you can buy it all made up, and then we've got a toasted sandwich maker in the kitchen, so I can just toast it. But they're always weird stuff. I mean, I still buy it and I still eat it because it's good. Like, it's all right. But I bought lunch yesterday, so I'm not buying lunch today. Today, I'm having corn tins with peanut butter on them because I love corn tins with peanut butter. I miss Aussie pies. Oh, yeah. I had a pie for lunch on Sunday. That was great. Not chicken and cheese with pepper. That's right. Oh, 39 is our average age at the coffee club. Really? There you go. I did not know that. Hi from country Victoria. We need rain. I bet you do, Leonie. I'm not surprised about that at all. We've been getting a little bit here, which is nice. Not too much though. That will go well with apple tea cake for afternoon tea. I love apple tea cake. Just saying that. They're El Monterey brand. You've lost me again. Is that your taquitos El Monterey brand? Is that what you're saying? Which part of Country Vic, Leonie? Oh, Country Vic. Like, I'm not kidding. I was watching one of those cop show things on television the other night because I'm tragic. I love beef chimichangas. I like chicken chimichangas better. Just saying. Buffering, wow. I think it might be you, Nerdy Stitcher, because I've got a really good signal out of here today. I could be wrong. East Gippsland, everybody. Leonie's in East Gippsland. So now that you've told Kim that, she will know where you live because she's the queen of stalking and hunting. No, she's alright. She's in Queensland too, so she can't get you. I've nearly finished this piece of fluff. See, it was so big, it's made an enormous cob on here. And so it's going to take a little while to wind that off. I never had a chimichanga. We'll have to fix that. I would have said meet me at, there was a place at the Hyperdome that used to make them. I want Snyder to make knitting needles. I don't think that's even on his radar, is it? I've never had handmade knitting needles before. That would be pretty cool. I've had a handmade hook. Taco Bell has come to Australia. They are testing out some stores, I think, in Victoria at the moment. But they are coming. Oh my God, chimichangas are amazing. They totally are. Oh, Kim is reassuring people by telling us she has associates in Victoria. That's not actually reassuring, Kim. Totally not reassuring. What's happened to my hair? My hair is a mess. Thanks for telling me, you guys. You shockers. We have a Mexican place in driving distance. Oh, that's cool. I've got the burrito bar 10 minutes up the road, and I've got Guzman y Gomez about 15, 20 minutes away. I like them both for different reasons. But yeah, I tell you what I really like. I like burrito bar at lunchtime, and then you get a margarita because their margaritas are really good. I really, really like a margarita. I've got a girlfriend that we meet up basically once a school term, just before the term finishes, to steal us, because she's got 4 kids, stealing ourselves to prepare for the holidays, and we will go and have a margarita with our lunch. So yeah, it's fun. I love anything Mexican, especially their margaritas. Yeah, I'm a big fan of well-made margaritas. Sorry, I've got all the fluff that was. I might actually pull that bit off. It was a bit sweaty on my fingers. I hate Taco Bell. I've never eaten a Taco Bell. I have no opinion. I have zero opinion on Taco Bell. Get off, sweaty finger bits. That's alcohol, Andrea. Andrea's mum's in the chat, and Andrea's just out of herself for drinking alcohol. Some people call it toxic hell. Oh, right. That's very, very well rhymes. Sorry, my hand's damp. I'm just waving. I'll have the non-alcoholic version. Oh dear, Andrea and Shirley, you guys are shockers. All right, so in 5 minutes, I'm going to give away that skein of yarn, you guys. So if you had 680 meters of that beautiful blue, what would you do with it? Like, and I'm going to pick what I want. Like, I will pick the thing that sounds the most interesting. So don't just say I'd knit it or I'd crochet it. Have a little think about it. You got time. Have a little think what you would do if you had 680 meters of a beautiful semi-solid variegated lace weight silk yarn. You're yucky because you won't sack yourself for having too many margaritas at you. Oh, you're lucky you won't sack yourself for having too many margaritas on your lunch break. I only have one because I have to drive afterwards. I can't. I would be pulled over and I would be in trouble. Good thing she lives in another state. Totally. Lane would make a virus shawl. I haven't seen the virus shawl. I'll have to have a squiz. I would knit myself a new wrap and it would be mine, all mine. I like that. Knit a fountain pen lace shawl. Oh, see guys, I want to be writing all this down, but my hands are full. Wait, your mum is in the chat? Yeah, her mum is totally in the chat. Although Andrea is not a child, I might say. Andrea is legally an adult. My little light just went out, you guys. More buffering. Did you hear what you needed to ask? What you needed to answer for your to win a chance? If you want to win the prize, you need to put in what you would make with the shawl and not just say knitting or crocheting. You need to think about it a bit. A light lacy cardigan. Don't know if there'd be enough yarn for a cardi. A moon pie shawl. Oh no, stop the presses. Get your finger back in the little hole, Chantel. That'll be bad. That's bad. Sometimes Andrea's daughter is in here as well as her mum. That's right. It's a family affair. School holidays are coming, everybody. Abby has already. Oh God, I'm a douche. Seriously, I fully put that on upside down, so it was all twisted. Hang on a second. We're pretty close though. We ring each other if we haven't spoken for a day. Do they have virgin margaritas? I think they probably do, but they're probably not worth drinking. The Versailles shawl by Dom Neats. Oh, that sounds nice too. You guys have got so many good ideas. I'm going to have to steal some of them. Because the pinwheel is a limited yarn now. I can't actually get any. I mean, I still have a few kilos of it to dye. But it's a limited yarn. Oh no, I have a tangle. Untangle, please. Ah, there you go. Thank you. Virgin margaritas are just Slurpees. Yeah. My mum get along because 1,500 miles is different country. I'd make a shawl for my aunt back home because she'd appreciate the yarn it was made from after I filmed myself opening the box and acting a fool for winning. Oh my gosh, that would be cool. I'd love to see that actually. Acting a fool for winning. You wouldn't be a fool for winning, would ya? I had a book planned to talk about today, guys, but I'm going to have to save it for another day. Nerdy Stitcher says, well, I like Slurpees. I like Slurpees too. What's wrong, Nerdy Stitcher? Why are you yelling at me? Brian says, I would have an Orenburg shawl pattern waiting for the right yarn. Really, Brian? Leaf line shawl by Oprana Rolf. Squishy mail is the best. It totally is. I love squishy mail. I've been very good lately though and not been buying much for myself. Purely because I haven't had time to do anything and I feel really guilty spending more money on stuff like everybody else. It's like you have a stash and you haven't used your stash and you haven't had time to do anything. So my goal is, you guys, is I'm finishing some things and then I'm going to go hardcore again. I knit a hat with that yarn you gave me. I saw photos of that hat, I think, didn't I? I did. The blue, it was the blue hat, and I was confused because was it you who said it was scratching an itch you didn't know you had, and I was really confused because I get confused with, you know, words. Words confuse me. Sorry, I'm totally absorbed in what I'm doing. I totally need to be watching what you guys are saying. Once I finish winding this on, I'm going to scroll back and have a look. Maybe Nerdy Stitcher is sipping while watching too. I found a pattern the other day for a shawl but can't remember the name of it, and it's crochet. I got so many compliments and pimped your shop. Oh, thank you, Nerdy Stitcher. You're awesome. I appreciate shop pimping. That sounds great. That sounds fantastic. No wonder my videos get demonetized. Honestly, shop pimping, yarn porn, like, no wonder YouTube think that what we talk about is not suitable for most advertisers, which cracks me up. But anyway, yes. Oh, there we go. We're nearly there. I went a bit high on this one, but I wanted you guys to be able to see it. I drank water. Okay. Speaking of water, I could really do with some. So once I finish winding this off, I'm going to have a sip of my water, scroll through all the suggestions, have a look at who's won prizes and who hasn't, and pick somebody new. I'm making from my stash. It's bugging me to sit here looking at me with puppy. Hang on a second. I'm making from my stash. It's bugging me seeing it sit here looking at me with puppy eyes. I totally get. Maybe it's the NBN streets reporting it. Yeah, because I complain all the time. I'm such a complainer. I really am. I've got to stop. It's very bad. That's where we're up to so far with my spindle spinning in bits. I should drink water today. I'm off to feed a vampire later. Okay. Pantry size thing, peanut M&Ms, good boy diet. Why would you have pantry-sized peanut M&Ms in your cupboard if you're on a diet? Like, so... Anyway, my husband bought a massive... Oh, your husband did it. Oh, my God. He was a... Costco have, like, enormous things. They're like, oh, you would like an M&M, would you? Here is 5 kilos. Yeah, I love Costco. My membership has lapsed because it's really far away, and I was going to renew it, and then they're like, oh, we're going to build a second one in Brisbane. I'm like, yeah, build it near me, but they totally didn't. So I'm tossing up whether or not to support their business anymore. But I like sesame snaps. Do you know the little rectangle packets with all the sesames that are basically held together like honey or something sweet? I love them. And they come in this massive like plastic jug thing. And yeah, I'm like, I need that. Springfield is not near me. It's not, Kim. It's not near me at all. Not like Logan or the Gold Coast. Anyway, I'm going to scroll through and pick... I knew one is opening in Melbourne about as far away from me as the one in the city is. Yes, that's basically what it is. Sesame snaps are yummy. They totally are. My husband bought me a 1 kilo lint bunny and left it on the dining table, and I wasn't allowed to eat it for a month. That's just mean. I may have hit the lint store at the DFO at the airport and bought a kilo of chocolate there around my birthday. Okay, let me have a scroll. I'm having a scroll to see. No, that's not one we would. Okay, someone's okay. Here we go. I'm having a look. Look, I'm going to give this one to It's Crochet O'Clock because I love the little clock with the knitting needle hands. Oh my God, that is totally... And seriously, have you got yarn balls as your little bell dingers? You guys need to go and look at the Crochet O'Clock's little icon. And Crochet O'Clock, I have no idea where you are. So if you message me through Facebook, not through Facebook, through YouTube with your address so I can post this to you. Crochet a clock wins the blue yarn. Crochet a clock wins yarn. Yarn. So there we go. So I shall put this over here and it shall be saved. Damn, missed it. What did you miss? Oh, Kim changed his name to Crochet a clock. Kim, it's got, excuse me, it's got wool in it. It will hurt you. It will be not good. You can't have it. So Crochet Clock has won the pinwheel. If anyone wants to have a look, there is some pinwheel up on my website if you want to have a look and see if there's anything there. Brochet says congrats. Nerdy Stitcher says I had to flee to my woman cave. Okay, naughty list for Kim. Kim just lives on the naughty list. What are you guys talking about? I travelled 2.5 hours to Costco. Oh my gosh, I won't travel an hour. Well, I did. I travelled an hour and I used to go like once a month, but no. I've decided to stop doing that because I would spend a lot of money because I'd be like, oh, that looks, I would have a shopping list. I'd be like, right, I want to get this, I want to get this, I want to get this. And that would be really cool. But then it would be like, you get there and there'd be all that like, all these things. I'd be like, oh yeah, I totally need a 40 pack of awesome pens. I need them. Yeah, you'd want to be saving a whole heap of money to drive that far. I'll tell you one thing that I really love Costco Australia for. I don't know if this is the same in the US. I'm sure it probably is. I love that you can get really good catering stuff. Like I got these amazing chicken wings all done with dipping sauce, and all I had to do was pull it out of the fridge and there you go. And like sushi and stuff like that. They do that sort of stuff really well. I really want to wash my wool in something cheaper than wool wash. Can I use baby shampoo? What are your thoughts? I would, rather than using baby shampoo, I would use a gentle dish soap. What's that brand, you guys, that's everywhere in the US? Throw some brands at me. There's one in particular that's really good for washing wool, and it's just dishwashing liquid. It's just dishwashing liquid. Baby wash you could use, but it's just, yeah, it's not as good. Dawn, thank you, Brochet, that's the one, Dawn. Totally you can wash it in Dawn. Everyone's chucking Dawn. There you go. Use Dawn. Issy is a pen hoarder, and every time we go to Costco, we always end up with a trolley full of pens. Yeah, same. Abby and I are terrible. I can't go into my stationery shop, Officeworks, anything. We always come home with pens and pretty notepads and stuff. A chocolate bunny would be decapitated in my house. We tend to leave the heads and eat up to the heads so they can watch themselves being devoured. Is that weird? My son makes smoked bacon, so I get pork belly in bulk. Oh my god, I need smoked bacon in my life. The ears are the best bit. Yeah, but don't you save the best bit till the end? Because that's what I do. I've got to go now. Love Thursday morning. See you all tonight. See you there. I'll see you later on with your bag of goodies that are in my car. And your thing for your mum. I'll bring that too. Palm olive. You could try a little, but I really think Dawn's better. The thing with Dawn is there's a particular ingredient that can do stuff to your wool. Oh, my brain hurts. You can certainly try it. Like, you can certainly try it. All it's going to do is not work. It's not going to damage your yarn. And you only need the merest amount, especially with like palm olive and things like that. You just need like one drip in the water. You don't need to go hardcore. And it's better to do a little bit and wash again than go too hard. You can also look up how to make your own wool wash. Totally, you can. Because you can make it out of like basically just a bit of eucalyptus oil or some tea tree oil. Putting those natural oils in also stops it from going hard, which is nice too. You guys, I've had a fantastic day here on the chat. It's been wonderful talking to you all, and next week we'll have another chat. But it is now time for me to run away and get some jobs done. I have some orders to post out and some bits and pieces. I would actually rather be sitting here and continuing on spindling, and if I started another bit I would have to finish it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put it aside and then go from there. So all those coming tonight, I'll see you tonight. Otherwise, I'll see you all here online. Don't forget to like Fiberific on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. You guys know the drill. And I will see you next time. Bye.